If you're just some weirdo that likes to stare at the Zomboid map, you may have realized a few new locations have been popping up. This is because sometime soonish, the next big Zomboid update, Build 42, will be coming out. And along with a ton of other stuff, they'll be expanding the map. Now, there is a chance that you've seen this image floating around in the Zomboid community, and this is where the map expansion is going to be. As you can tell, they are expanding it a lot. As of right now, there are 3 large locations that have been added into the map that you can actually go to and explore, while the rest of this expanded area is just woods. But I am sure they'll be adding much more than just these 3 locations down the line, but for right now, this is all we got. So let's take a look at these 3 locations. But first, we are on the road to 50k subscribers, so if you want to help support the channel and get us to 50k, please go down and subscribe. And now, on to the locations. So first we have this new location to the right of Louisville. It's a little difficult to get to because of the massive forest between it and Louisville, but if you just follow this road at the edge of Louisville and then continue to follow the river, you will eventually find this fort. Now I've been calling this place Fort Knox, but I'm not 100% sure if that's what it is, because this place is a little bit different than the actual Fort Knox, but for now I'll just call it that. There really isn't much here besides the fort itself. You may be able to scavenge some loot, but nothing really will justify the long trip here. I guess you could also make this place a base since it is well defended, but it's also incredibly far from pretty much everything, so living here may not be the best option, at least for now. Now moving away to the complete opposite side of the map, we have this unfinished town here. And when I say unfinished, I mean very, very unfinished. There are no buildings yet, just the plots where the buildings will be, so there really is no reason to travel here unless you just want to take a look at it. But from what I can tell, this place will be a pretty decent size, probably similar to Riverside, and one thing I am curious about is if this place will become another spawn location for the player. It's pretty far away from all the other spawn towns, so it would make sense for this to be another option if the player wants to spawn as far away from Louisville as possible. And if you do for some reason want to travel to this, well, I was going to say town, but it's really more like a bundle of streets. Well, if you want to go here, it's going to be pretty difficult because not a single road on the map connects here. So you'll have to travel down this road from Rosewood and then just travel through miles of forest and pray you don't get lost. And then once you get there, you can admire the emptiness, I guess. I don't really know. There isn't really shit to do here, so yeah. And finally, we have our third location, just a little bit north and to the right of our last location. This one actually has some buildings and a road connecting to it, so this is much more complete than our last place. It isn't finished though, with most of the area being empty, but there are still a decent amount of buildings which may make this place worth traveling to. If you do want to come here, all you need to do is travel along this road from Riverside until you come to the highway, then just travel up the highway until you get to this barricade in the road. If you are low-key a little dumb and decided to walk all this way, you can just go around, but for the intellectuals who brought a car, you'll either need to break the barricades with a sledgehammer or cut down the tree so you can go around. And then it's just a straight shot to the town. Now, from the looks of it, this town is going to be pretty large and may be the largest location besides Louisville. But 2 very interesting things about this town are the boat docked in the river, which could make for a very nice base, and then the bridge that goes halfway across the river. Now, I seriously doubt we're going to get any locations across the river in this next update, but it does show us that's in the mind of the devs, and they're just going to keep teasing us until they finally do add locations there. So those are the 3 new locations that have been added so far. There isn't too much to do with them as of now, but it is cool to see what's coming in the next update. And like I said before, I'm sure there's much more to come because I doubt they'll just add all this extra land on the map just to make it a massive forest. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.